Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I'm going to share with you some books that I have read recently. Okay, so I'm going to be trying something new here in the next few months just to kind of see how I like it, and that is that I am going to be doing recent reads videos instead of monthly wrap-ups. So basically the way that this is going to work is that I am going to be sharing with you 5 books that I read recently whenever I finish 5 books. So as I'm finishing books, you will be getting videos more frequently and they will be shorter videos. The thing that kind of spurred this change is that I read over 20 books in August and nobody wants to watch that video. So, I mean, I'm not going to say nobody. People would watch it, but I just felt that it would honor your time more and my time more if I shortened it up a little bit. And this also allows me to share books with you sooner to when I read them so that I can recap them when they're still fresh in my head. And I just think it'll work out better across the board. So we're going to try it. Let me know down below if you prefer monthly wrap-ups or if you prefer the shorter videos with less books in them. And yeah, so that means today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 books that I read recently. These are books that I read in August, but that doesn't really matter. So I'm really excited about all of them, so let's just kind of get into it. The first book that I finished that I want to share with you is Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. This is the second book in the Skyward series. This is a YA sci-fi series that follows our main character, Spensa. Spensa, in the first book, attended a flight academy on this alien planet. Alien, it's humans on the planet, but it's not Earth. It's a different planet. Whatever. So she is on this planet with this group of humans, and she wants to attend this flight academy so that she can become a fighter pilot. The reason being is that there are this alien species that are constantly attacking them from space, and they don't know why, they don't know what's going on, and you kind of find that out throughout the first book, with her attending this flight school and trying to prove herself as a pilot. And then this is the second book. I can't really get into what this book is about because it's definite spoilers for the first book. However, I will say that I didn't like this one quite as much as the first book. Although I still really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed the end of this one. It definitely left on a huge cliffhanger, and I can't wait to read the third book. I'm reading some of the inner book novellas. I don't know how to explain that, but there's some novellas that come between the second and third book, and I'm reading those right now. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It was very slow going at the beginning. We're meeting a lot of new characters. There's a lot more world building that's going into it. And so there's definitely, it's a little bit slower getting into it. But then once we got into the action, I really like this one too. So this one got 4 stars from me. Would highly recommend this series. If you are interested in sci-fi in any way, shape, or form, I think that this would be a fantastic series for you to check out. All right. The next book that I want to share with you today, I actually lent out my hard copy that I just purchased of this book, but I finished The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. This book, you guys, 5 stars. I loved this book. This is a very lengthy French classic, and I read this as part of a read-along that was hosted by Naomi at Naomi's Bookshelf. I don't remember her channel name now. My mind just went completely blank. Anyway, I will link her along with the other hosts down below. They held live discussions periodically throughout the read-along, which were so wonderful. I could never make them live, but I watched all of them after the fact, and I loved reading this book. It was so accessible. It was very easy to read. I ended up listening to it, nobody's shocked, but it was so easy, especially on the heels of reading Les Mis last year. We read Les Miserables, and that was a lot more complicated than this one. This book follows a gentleman in Paris who has a lot of not cool things happen to him and ends up in jail for about 14 years. When he's in jail, he meets, we'll call him a benefactor of sorts, and kind of stumbles upon a very large treasure. And he uses that treasure to seek revenge on the people that put him in prison. And so this is just kind of a very in-depth look at revenge and how it kind of eats us from the inside out and what we do with that. And it was so good. I will say that when I got done reading this, I watched the movie and the Jim Caviezel, I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, that movie, and the movie was not great. The movie was nothing like the book at all. I did not like the movie. The whole time I was watching it, I was rolling my eyes. It was awful compared to the book. So if you really like the movie, go read the book because it is so much better. Like I said, 5 stars. I loved it. And then the last 3 books that I want to share with you today that I am so excited that I finally reread this series is the Hunger Games series. So I reread The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and Mockingjay, and I just kind of binged them back to back to back, and then I watched the movies as I finished reading them, and it was so much fun because I read these when they first came out, and that's it. I've never reread them. I went and saw the movies in the theater, and I'm sure I've watched the movies multiple times, but I had never reread the books, and I listened to them this time around, and they were so good. Oh my goodness. I forgot how good these books are and why they were such they had such a following when they were first coming out, and now I understand. That's not a word. But I get it yet again why they were such a big deal as they were coming out, because they are so good. Just the in-depth look at society and what it's doing to us and how we can fight back and our role in that and how we take a stand, and it's just it's so good. And I was able to share the movies with my older girls, and that was just a whole experience in and of itself. It was just a fun thing to share with them this past summer, and I loved all of them. So 5 stars for all of them. So those are 5 books that I've read recently. If you have read these books, if you have comments about these books, I would love to hear your comments about them down below. Also, let me know what you're reading Also, let me know what you have read recently. And that's going to do it for today. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya!